In the dead of night, the luxury Atlanta penthouse erupted into pure chaos as Rasheeda stormed through the bedroom door, eyes blazing with fury that could melt steel. "That bitch was in my bed!" she screamed, voice cracking like thunder. Before lunging forward and grabbing a fistful of Kendra's long, expensive wig, the yank was vicious, savage, sending Kendra stumbling backward into the nightstand with a crash that shattered a crystal lamp into 1,000 glittering pieces. Hair extensions flew everywhere as the two women collided in a whirlwind of nails, screams, and flying designer heels. Rasheeda wasn't playing. She had just come home early from that emergency business trip, heart pounding with suspicion after weeks of cryptic texts and late night whispers she'd ignored for the sake of her family. But there it was, Kendra. Half-dressed, tangled in the silk sheets Rasheeda had picked out herself, looking like she owned the place. The betrayal hit like a freight train. "You been sneaking around with my man? In my house? After everything I did for you?" Rasheeda roared, yanking harder, the wig coming loose in her grip like a trophy of war. Kendra clawed back, mascara running in black rivers down her cheeks, screeching, "Get off me, you crazy bitch." "He came to me." Security footage from the hidden cameras leaked. Just hours ago shows the full meltdown in crystal clear 4K, bodies slamming against the wall, Rasheeda's designer bag swinging like a weapon, Kendra's desperate kicks missing by inches. Phones started blowing up instantly. Kirk Frost's phone lit up with missed calls from both women. Friends in the industry were already texting each other in panic. This wasn't just another catfight. This was years of built-up tension. Secret affairs and fake friendships exploding in one wig-snatching, bed-shattering moment that nobody saw coming. The video is out there right now, and once you see Rasheeda's raw rage as she drags Kendra across that marble floor, you'll never look at these two the same way again. The fight was just the beginning. The chaos didn't stop in that penthouse bedroom. No, Rasheeda kept yanking that wig like it was the root of every lie she'd been fed for months, while Kendra screamed and swung her arms wildly, trying to break free, but Rasheeda was fueled by pure rage and betrayal that had been building since those secret hotel receipts first surfaced weeks ago. You could hear the raw pain in Rasheeda's voice as she shouted that bitch was in my bed right in front of the security camera that captured every second of the meltdown. Kirk Frost himself was downstairs when the scream started, and he bolted up the stairs, two at a time, face pale as a ghost, knowing his double life was exploding right there in real time. Fans watching the leaked footage are losing their minds because this isn't just any fight. This is Rasheeda, the queen of holding it together for her family, finally snapping after catching Kendra, the so-called friend who she had welcomed into her circle with open arms, now tangled up in the very sheets that symbolized their once perfect marriage. Emotions ran high as Rasheeda dragged Kendra across the floor, her nails digging in while Kendra spat back, "You never satisfied him anyway. That's why he came to me." And that accusation cut deep because Rasheeda had sacrificed so much for Kirk, building businesses together, raising kids, and keeping the love and hip-hop cameras rolling. Even when things got rocky at home, the family was left divided. The very next morning, when news broke across every blog and social media timeline, Rasheeda's sister called her immediately, demanding to know if it was true, while Kirk's brother tried to play peacemaker. But it was too late. The damage was done. Friends who once partied together at industry events were now picking sides with some texting Rasheeda support messages saying, "Girl, you did what you had to do," and others whispering that Kendra had been dropping hints about Kirk for months at the salon behind Rasheeda's back. Unexpected twist came when the full, unedited Tate video dropped, showing not just the wig snatch, but Kendra admitting mid-fight that it wasn't the first time she had been in that bed. Rasheeda froze for a split second, her eyes widening in disbelief before she exploded again, pushing Kendra against the wall and yelling, "How long have you been creeping around behind my back?" The room filled with the sound of heavy breathing. and broken glass as security finally rushed in to separate them, but the words had already been spoken, the accusations that would tear their circle apart forever outside the building. Swarmed like vultures, catching Rasheeda storming out. With her wig trophy still clutched in her hand, her makeup smeared but her head held high, while Kendra emerged later with a hoodie pulled tight over her head, hiding the mess and dodging questions from reporters. Shouting, "Rasheeda snatched your wig, what happened?" Fans are shocked beyond words, flooding comment sections with fire emojis and theories about what Kirk was really doing. Some say he was playing both women for years, using the music industry as cover for his secrets, others claim. Kendra orchestrated the whole thing to boost her own fame on the show. The personal stakes couldn't be higher for Rasheeda, who had just launched her new clothing line and didn't need this scandal derailing everything she built from the ground up. Yet here she was fighting for her marriage, her dignity and her peace all at once. Kendra's side of the story started leaking too through her clothes. Confidants claiming Rasheeda had been neglecting Kirk emotionally, and that's why he sought comfort elsewhere, but nobody bought it fully because the video showed Kendra looking guilty as sin when Rasheeda confronted her directly. The drama spread like wildfire to their extended family, with Rasheeda's mom calling an emergency meeting at her house, where tears flowed and old wounds reopened about trust and loyalty in the entertainment world. Meanwhile, Kirk's phone was blowing up with calls from producers, begging for exclusive interviews because this fight had more views than their last season. Finale combined reactions poured in from other reality stars, some siding with Rasheeda saying, "Sis, I feel you," others staying neutral but privately texting Kendra to lay low. The betrayal cut so deep, because Kendra wasn't just any woman. She was supposed to be a sister in the game, someone Rasheeda had defended during her own rough patches. Now the heated argument continued even after the physical fight ended, with Rasheeda later confronting Kirk in the living room, demanding he choose once and for all, while he stuttered excuses that sounded weaker by the minute. The family was left divided, with kids caught in the middle, hearing raised voices and wondering why mommy was so upset. The unexpected twist deepened when a third woman surfaced in the texts that spilled online, hinting Kirk had been juggling more than just these two. But for now, all eyes stayed glued to that bedroom brawl where Rasheeda snatched victory in the form of that wig and exposed the lies that had been hiding in plain sight for far too long. The entire entertainment community held its breath, waiting to see what would happen next, because this wasn't ending quietly. No way. Not after that "bitch was in my bed" echoed through every timeline and group chat. Across the city, the drama exploded even further the next morning, when Rasheeda went live on Instagram from her car, tears streaming down her face as she told her side of the story to thousands of viewers hanging on every word. She said, "Kirk, you played me for a fool, and Kendra, you smiled in my face while stabbing me in the back. How could you both do this after all the nights I prayed for our family to stay?" Strong fans flooded the comments with heart emojis and angry faces, calling it the ultimate betrayal in reality TV history. But Kendra wasn't staying silent. She dropped her own video from a hotel room looking disheveled and defensive, claiming Rasheeda had pushed Kirk away with her constant work trips and business meetings, leaving him lonely and vulnerable. The accusations flew back and forth like daggers in the dark, twisting the knife deeper into what was left of their friendship. The family was left divided even more when Rasheeda's mother stepped in publicly on a podcast saying, "My daughter deserves better than this mess, and Kirk better step up or step out," while Kirk's relatives defended him, saying, "Men make mistakes, but this wasn't just a mistake. It was a full-blown affair caught on camera with receipts." And wig-snatching proof. Emotions ran high at the emergency cast meeting for the next season of the show, where producers tried to film the aftermath, but Rasheeda stormed out midway, screaming, "I can't even look at her without wanting to snatch more than a wig." The unexpected twist hit when a mysterious audio recording surfaced online of Kirk on the phone with Kendra just days before the fight, whispering sweet nothings and making plans to meet while Rasheeda was out of town handling a major deal. That audio went viral faster than the fight video itself, with fans dissecting every moan and promise making it clear this wasn't a one-time thing, but a calculated, ongoing betrayal that shook the foundations of their blended family personal. Stakes skyrocketed because Rasheeda had invested everything in their public image as the power couple of Atlanta. Hip-hop now, it was crumbling, and Kendra, who had been positioning herself as the new rising star, found her reputation in tatters, with sponsors dropping her left and right. Reactions from other reality stars poured in like a storm. Some like Carly Red chiming in on Twitter, saying, "Sis, I've been there, get your man," but others stayed quiet, knowing the industry was watching closely. For who would crack first, the heated arguments continued behind closed doors, with Rasheeda confronting Kendra again at a neutral location, a mutual friend's house, where words turned into another near-physical altercation, but this time security was ready and separated them. Before more wigs flew, the family drama deepened when the kids started asking questions about why Auntie Kendra wasn't welcome anymore and why Daddy was sleeping on the couch. Rasheeda poured her heart out in a late-night interview, saying, "I built this empire with him, and she thought she could just walk in and take it all. But I fought for my life that night and see a fight for my peace." Every day after the full fight exposed more layers, with never-before-seen angles showing Rasheeda hesitating for a split second right before the snatch, wondering if it was all worth it. But then the rage took over and she went for it full force. Fans are shocked at how real and raw it got, comparing it to the biggest reality TV blow-ups in history, like the Salt Lake City table flip or the Basketball Wives brawls. But this one felt more personal because it involved real marriage, real kids, and real broken trust. Unexpected twist number 2 came when Kirk released a statement apologizing but subtly blaming the pressures of fame, which only made Rasheeda angrier, leading to her posting old happy family photos side by side with the fight. Screenshots creating a montage that broke the internet and had everyone picking sides in comment sections. Divided like battle lines, the personal conflicts reached a boiling point when Rasheeda discovered hidden gifts Kendra had been receiving. From Kirk jewelry and trips that were supposed to be for her own anniversary, surprises. The betrayal cut so deep she couldn't sleep for days, pacing her mansion, wondering how she missed the signs, while Kendra faced backlash from her own circle, with friends distancing themselves, saying they didn't sign up for homewrecker drama. The story kept unfolding, with leaked text messages between Kirk and Kendra that revealed flirty exchanges during family vacations and holidays, making the public even more furious at the audacity. Emotions ran high across social media, with hashtags like "Justice for Rasheeda" and "Kendra Goigel" trending worldwide as influencers recreated the fight in funny skits. But for those close to the situation, it was no laughing matter. The family was left divided, with holidays canceled and group chats muted as everyone chose loyalty or stayed neutral to avoid the crossfire. Another dramatic twist emerged when a former assistant came forward claiming she had warned Rasheeda months ago about suspicious behavior, but was ignored because of denial and love. Now that assistant was selling her story to the highest bidder, adding fuel to the already raging fire. Reactions from fans included petitioning the network to give Rasheeda her own spin-off show focused on empowerment, while others demanded Kendra be removed from the cast entirely for crossing the ultimate line in sisterhood. The heated exchanges didn't stop there, with Rasheeda and Kendra trading subtle jabs in their stories and posts, keeping the suspense alive for what would happen at the upcoming reunion. Special producers were thrilled because ratings were through the roof, but behind the scenes tensions were thicker than ever, with lawyers getting involved over potential lawsuits for emotional distress and defamation. Personal stakes for Kendra included losing custody battles in her own past relationships, now resurfacing as ammunition against her character, while Rasheeda fought to protect her brand deals that were now at risk due to the negative publicity the full fight exposed. Not just the physical clash, but the emotional warfare that had been simmering for years, with Rasheeda revealing in a tearful confession that she had forgiven Kirk before, but this time with Kendra, it felt like the ultimate stab. The community was buzzing with support rallies online, where women shared stories of similar betrayals, finding strength in Rasheeda's courage to snatch back her power, literally. And figuratively. Unexpected twist 3 dropped like a bomb when video evidence showed Kendra actually initiating contact with Kirk, first through DM messages that were dug up by superfans, sleuthing through old accounts, turning the narrative from victim to calculated player in this love triangle. The drama kept building as both women prepared for mediation sessions that promised more fireworks and possible reconciliations or final goodbyes. The family dynamics shifted dramatically, with Rasheeda's children bonding closer to her while questioning their fathers' choices, leaving Kirk isolated and regretting the choices that led to that bedroom blowout. Fans are shocked at every new revelation, wondering if the marriage can survive, or if Rasheeda will emerge stronger, single, and ready to conquer the next chapter without the deadweight reactions poured in from across the industry. With veterans advising Rasheeda to focus on self-love and business while urging Kendra to reflect on her actions before it's too late, the heated arguments evolved into public apologies that felt scripted and insincere, leading to more skepticism and calls for authenticity in reality television. The personal conflicts highlighted deeper issues, like trust in the spotlight, where cameras capture the highs but the lows destroy everything in private. The story had more layers than an onion with each peel, revealing new secrets about hidden accounts, joint ventures gone wrong, and emotional neglect that paved the way for the affair. Emotions continued to run high as the reunion taping approached, with producers promising an unfiltered look at the aftermath, including sit-downs and perhaps another confrontation that could top the original. Wig snatch. The family was left divided but slowly mending through therapy sessions that Rasheeda insisted on for the kids' sake. Even if Kirk dragged his feet, another twist came when a joint business project between Rasheeda and Kendra fell apart publicly, with contracts being terminated and assets divided amid the scandal, showing how the personal bled into the professional in the most explosive way. Fans couldn't get enough, dissecting every interview, every post, and every side-eye in old episodes that suddenly took on new meaning. The full fight exposed the vulnerability behind the glam lives, making viewers relate on a human level beyond the entertainment value. Rasheeda stood tall through it all, launching a new empowerment podcast where she discussed healing from betrayal while Kendra laid low, rebuilding her image with charity work that many saw as damage control. The drama showed no signs of slowing, with paparazzi catching them in the same city but avoiding each other like the plague, keeping the suspense alive for what's next in this saga of snatched wigs, broken beds, and shattered trust that has the whole world talking and taking sides in this unforgettable reality TV moment. The saga continued to unfold like a never-ending roller coaster as Rasheeda decided to take matters into her own hands by filing for temporary separation papers that sent shockwaves through their inner circle and had lawyers scrambling to contain the fallout. Kirk showed up at her doorstep unannounced one rainy evening, begging for forgiveness with flowers and promises of counseling. But Rasheeda slammed the door in his face, yelling, "I don't want your empty words anymore. You chose her now. Live with it." The emotional conflict tore at her soul because despite everything, she still loved the man she built an empire with. Yet the image of Kendra in their bed haunted her dreams. Every single night, fans are shocked at how vulnerable she got in her latest vlog, where she broke down crying about the nights she spent alone, wondering where her husband was while he was out creating new memories with someone she trusted. Kendra, on the other hand, went into full damage control mode, posting throwback photos of her own past triumphs, trying to shift the narrative, but the public wasn't buying it, especially after more leaked messages revealed her bragging to friends about getting close to Kirk for clout and comfort. The family was left divided even further when Rasheeda's dad stepped in, telling Kirk man to man that he needed to man up or walk away for good, while Kendra's own mother distanced herself, saying, "My daughter knows better than to go after a married man." Unexpected twist. For hit when a private investigator, Rasheeda, uncovered evidence of Kendra and Kirk planning a secret getaway that coincided with Rasheeda's business launch party, making the betrayal feel premeditated and cruel. The heated arguments escalated. During a phone call that was accidentally recorded where Kendra screamed back at Rasheeda, "You think you're so perfect, but you were never there for him," and Rasheeda fired right back, "That's because I was building a life for us, not sneaking around." Like a thief in the night, emotions ran high as friends tried to mediate, but ended up choosing sides, leading to lost connections and blocked numbers across the board. The personal stakes for Rasheeda included protecting her children from the media circus while maintaining her businesses that were now under scrutiny, with some partners questioning her stability. Kendra faced losing her spot on future seasons and potential endorsement deals that dried up overnight due to the homewrecker label. Fans flooded social media with support for Rasheeda, creating fan art of her holding the snatched wig like a trophy and memes that went mega viral. Reactions from the broader entertainment world included celebrities shading the situation indirectly in their posts, keeping the conversation alive and relevant. Another dramatic development came when Kirk confessed in a solo interview that he had been struggling with the pressures of fame and made poor choices, but stopped short of fully taking blame, which only angered both women more. The full fight exposed deeper cracks in their relationships, with old cast members coming forward to share stories of similar tensions behind the scenes, making this scandal feel like the tip of the iceberg for the entire show. The family dynamics shifted as therapy sessions revealed years of unspoken resentments. Rasheeda admitting she ignored red flags to keep the picture-perfect image, while Kirk admitted feeling emasculated by her success. The unexpected twist 5 dropped with video footage from a club where Kendra was seen arguing with Kirk weeks before the fight, accusing him of not leaving Rasheeda fast enough, which proved she wasn't just a passive participant but an active pursuer in the affair. This revelation had fans turning against her even harder, with boycott calls trending. The heated exchanges continued at the reunion taping, where producers set up a tense sit-down between the three of them, cameras rolling as Rasheeda confronted Kendra directly, saying, "You came into my home, ate my food, and then climbed into my bed. What kind of woman does that?" And Kendra shot back with tears, "I fell in love too. Okay, it wasn't playing the room." Fell silent as emotions boiled over, with Kirk caught in the middle, looking defeated. The family was left divided as relatives watched the taping live and picked up phones to offer advice or criticism. Personal conflicts reached new heights when Rasheeda discovered joint financial accounts that Kirk had been funneling money into for Kendra, sparking talks of audits and potential legal battles that could drain their shared wealth. Reactions poured in from fans who organized online petitions demanding justice and transparency in reality TV contracts to prevent such betrayals. The drama showed no signs of slowing, with paparazzi chasing all parties across Atlanta, capturing every grocery run and coffee meeting as if it were a high-speed pursuit. Another layer peeled back when a former stylist revealed Kendra had been asking for advice on how to seduce Kirk, subtly planting seeds of doubt and desire over months. The story captivated audiences worldwide, with international fans weighing in on forums, translating the drama into their languages and relating it to their own cultural takes on loyalty and revenge. Emotions continued running high as Rasheeda launched a merchandise line inspired by the incident, with witty slogans like "Wig Snatcher Survivor" that sold out instantly, while Kendra struggled to find her footing in the industry. The personal stakes involved not just fame but mental health, with both women checking into wellness retreats to cope with the public scrutiny and private pain. The full fight exposed how one night of rage could unravel years of curated perfection, leaving viewers questioning their own relationships and the cost of living in the spotlight. Unexpected twist 6 emerged when a mystery woman contacted Rasheeda, claiming to be another victim of Kirk's wandering eye, providing more evidence that expanded the scandal beyond just Kendra. This bombshell had everyone reeling as new names and details flooded the tabloids, keeping the suspense At an all-time high, the heated arguments turned into strategic moves, with Rasheeda hiring a new manager to revamp her image and Kendra tempting a comeback interview that backfired when she cried on camera looking insincere. The family was left navigating co-parenting challenges with holidays approaching and decisions to be made about traditions and time-sharing. Fans are shocked at every update, dissecting body language in new videos and speculating on possible reconciliations or permanent splits. Reactions from industry insiders included offers for Rasheeda to join rival shows, where she could tell her unfiltered truth, while Kendra faced isolation and calls for accountability. The drama delved into themes of empowerment, betrayal, and redemption as Rasheeda started a support group for women in similar situations, sharing stories that resonated deeply and built a new community around her pain, turning tragedy into triumph. Personal conflicts evolved as Kendra reached out privately for forgiveness, but Rasheeda demanded public accountability, which led to another round of tense negotiations. The saga had more twists than a soap opera, with each revelation building on the last and keeping viewers glued to their screens, wondering if the bed would ever be made again or if the wigs would keep flying in this explosive chapter of reality television history that redefined what it means to fight for what you love. The drama refused to die down even after months of headlines as Rasheeda announced her solo tour titled "Snatched Back My Power." That sold out arenas overnight, with fans chanting her name and recreating the famous wig snatch moment during performances. Kirk watched from afar, feeling the weight of his mistakes heavier than ever, while Kendra attempted a low-key return to social media, only to get ratioed by thousands of comments calling her out for the betrayal. The family was left divided in ways that affected generations, with grandparents taking sides and cousins unfollowing each other online. The personal stakes climbed higher when Rasheeda discovered she was facing potential lawsuits from Kendra's team over the physical altercation. But she stood firm, saying, "I'd do it again to protect my peace." In a fiery press conference that went viral, emotions ran high during a surprise mediation session where all three sat across from each other in a neutral office with lawyers present, and Rasheeda looked Kendra dead in the eyes, saying, "You destroyed something beautiful for a temporary thrill." While Kendra broke down, admitting the guilt had been eating her alive every night. Unexpected twist 7 came when old videos resurfaced showing Kendra flirting with Kirk at a cast party years earlier, hinting the attraction had been simmering long before anyone suspected, making the fight feel like an inevitable explosion. Fans are shocked at the timeline theories exploding across YouTube, breakdown channels that analyzed every glance and touch from past episodes. The heated arguments spilled into text threads that leaked again, revealing Rasheeda telling Kirk to pack his things and Kendra begging him not to leave her hanging. Full Fight exposed not only the bedroom brawl, but the years of subtle shade and competition between the two women that built up to that. Explosive night reactions from fellow reality stars kept pouring in, with some offering Rasheeda guest spots on their podcasts, where she shared raw stories of healing and self-discovery, while others distanced themselves from Kendra, fearing association with the scandal. The family dynamics took a turn when the kids started therapy and began expressing their confusion about love and trust, which broke Rasheeda's heart even more, leading her to write a heartfelt letter to them that she read aloud on her socials. Personal conflicts intensified as Kendra faced depression, rumors, and checked into a facility for mental health support, sparking debates about accountability versus compassion in the public eye. Another dramatic development hit when a business partner pulled out of a joint venture with Rasheeda, citing the ongoing drama. But she pivoted quickly, launching her own independent line that thrived on the controversy, turning pain into profit. The saga continued with paparazzi catching Kirk at a bar, looking lonely and reflective as he dodged questions about reconciliation possibilities. Emotions continued running high as the reunion special finally aired, drawing record numbers with viewers worldwide tuning in to see the confrontation that had been teased for weeks. Rasheeda walked in looking empowered and fierce, while Kendra appeared nervous and apologetic. The room crackled with tension as producers asked the tough questions, and Rasheeda delivered lines like that. "Bitch was in my bed and you expect me to forget?" The audience at home gasped at every revelation and twist. The family was left divided, but some healing began when Kirk proposed family counseling for all, including Kendra, in a desperate bid to mend bridges. Though trust remained, shattered fans reacted with mixed emotions, some praising Rasheeda for her strength and others feeling sorry for the broken bond's unexpected twist. 8 dropped mid-reunion when a live caller revealed they had proof of more affairs from Kirk, shocking everyone and shifting blame squarely back on him. The heated exchanges peaked when Kendra stood up and apologized directly to Rasheeda, saying, "I was wrong and I let jealousy cloud my judgment." But Rasheeda wasn't ready to forgive, saying, "Actions speak louder than tears, and your actions destroyed my home." The personal stakes for everyone involved included career reboots, public image repairs, and emotional recovery that would take years. The full fight exposed the ugly underbelly of fame, where friendships are fragile and loyalties are tested daily. Reactions flooded social media, with support groups forming for betrayed partners and discussions about boundaries and blended circles. Another layer added when Rasheeda released a book deal announcement detailing her side of the story, promising never before heard details that had publishers fighting for the rights. Kendra responded with her own statement, wishing peace, but the public saw it as too little too late. The drama delved deeper into themes of sisterhood, betrayal, redemption, and self-worth as Rasheeda started mentoring young women in business, warning them about snakes in designer clothing. Emotions ran high during a charity event where both women tended separately, causing awkward encounters caught on camera. The family navigated holidays with separate celebrations for the first time, leaving everyone feeling the loss but also the possibility of new beginnings. Fans are shocked at how this one fight snowballed into a cultural moment, with think pieces in major magazines analyzing its impact on Black love and reality television. The heated arguments evolved into subtle diss tracks and indirect lives that kept the fire burning. Personal conflicts reached a boiling point again when Kirk was spotted with a new woman, sparking fresh rumors and another round of Rasheeda addressing it head-on in her podcast, saying, "Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, and I'm done." The saga showed no signs of ending, with producers teasing a new season focused on the aftermath and potential spin-offs for Rasheeda. The unexpected twist 9 came when Kendra reached out to Rasheeda privately for a one-on-one meeting without cameras, which Rasheeda agreed to in hopes of closure. The meeting was tense, with tears, apologies, and accusations flying, but ended with a cautious truce that left fans speculating if true forgiveness was possible. The family was left divided less sharply as time passed, with kids adjusting and co-parenting schedules being worked out. Reactions from the industry included invitations for Rasheeda to host award shows where she used her platform to speak on empowerment. The full fight exposed how one moment of rage could lead to massive personal growth for Rasheeda, who emerged stronger, more independent, and unapologetically herself. While Kendra worked on rebuilding from the ground up, emotions continued to fuel the narrative as new interviews dropped with cast members sharing their perspectives, keeping the conversation alive and relevant. Personal stakes remained high, with financial settlements looming and public opinions shifting daily. Another dramatic twist hit when a collaborative song leaked, featuring lyrics that seemed inspired by the ordeal, sending fans into a frenzy, analyzing every bar. The heated exchanges turned into creative outlets as both women channeled their pain into art, music, and brands that resonated with audiences worldwide. The drama highlighted the power of resilience in the face of betrayal, showing Rasheeda rising like a phoenix from the ashes of that bedroom, while Kendra learned hard lessons about choices and consequences. Fans are shocked at every new chapter, wondering if the story would ever fully close or if more wigs would fly in future reunions. The family found moments of joy amid the chaos, with birthdays and milestones celebrated separately but with love. The saga of snatched wigs, broken beds, and shattered Trust had become a cautionary tale and an inspiration, all in one, redefining relationships in the spotlight for a new generation. The personal conflicts taught everyone involved the value of communication and boundaries. Emotions ran high but slowly. Calmed as healing took center stage, reactions poured in from all corners, with support messages flooding inboxes and comment sections. Keeping the momentum going, the full fight exposed truths that no one could hide anymore, leading to growth and new opportunities that no one saw coming when that first yank happened in the penthouse that fateful night. The story kept evolving into new territories as Rasheeda embraced her independence, fully moving into a new luxury home overlooking the city skyline, where she hosted empowerment brunches for women who had been through similar heartbreaks, sharing stories that healed collective wounds. Kirk, on the other hand, retreated into music production, trying to channel his regrets into tracks that fans dissected for hidden meanings about the affair, while Kendra focused on wellness content, creating yoga videos and journaling prompts that many viewed as an attempt to rebrand from the Other Woman label. The family was left divided but found small pockets of unity during school events and sports games, where they put on polite faces for the children. Emotions ran high when Rasheeda received a handwritten letter from Kendra expressing deep remorse and asking for a path to forgiveness, which Rasheeda read aloud in her group, admitting it stirred mixed feelings of anger and pity. The personal stakes grew as Rasheeda prepared for a major court hearing over asset division that could determine the financial future for her and the kids. Unexpected twist 10 arrived when a former bodyguard sold his account of the night of the fight, detailing how Rasheeda had actually warned Kendra months prior in a private conversation to stay away from Kirk, adding layers of ignored red flags that made the public side with her even more. Fans are shocked by the constant stream of revelations that kept this drama fresher than any scripted series. The heated arguments resurfaced during a chance encounter at an industry gala, where eyes met across the room and old tensions flared without a single word spoken. Reactions from friends included private dinners where Rasheeda vented about the loneliness of single motherhood in the spotlight, while Kendra sought advice on rebuilding trust with her own circle. The full fight exposed vulnerabilities that humanized all parties, turning them from reality stars into relatable figures dealing with universal pain. Another dramatic development came when a joint statement from the network announced a tell-all special featuring never-seen footage from the penthouse, including audio of the screams and crashes that sent viewership predictions through the roof. The family navigated new normals, with Rasheeda introducing the kids to therapy pets and Kendra volunteering at shelters to show change. Emotions continued running high as paparazzi captured Kirk looking remorseful at a church service, sparking rumors of personal transformation. Personal conflicts peaked again when Rasheeda blocked Kendra on all platforms after a series of unanswered messages, leading to a public call for space. The saga showed Rasheeda thriving in her solo ventures, with clothing drops inspired by strength and resilience selling out within hours, while Kendra struggled with canceled appearances. The unexpected twist 11 hit when an anonymous source dropped emails proving Kirk had been manipulating both women, with promises of leaving one for the other, keeping the love triangle messier than ever. Fans reacted with outrage and support, mixing in comment sections calling for accountability across the board. The heated exchanges turned virtual, with fans debating ethics of reality TV exploitation and the real cost to mental health. The family was left divided less as time healed some wounds, with shared vacations planned separately but coordinated. For the children, reactions poured in from global audiences, relating the story to their own lives and finding comfort in Rasheeda speaking out. The full fight exposed how betrayal can spark movements for self-love and boundaries in relationships. Personal stakes included Rasheeda considering a documentary deal that would chronicle her journey from pain to power. Emotions ran high during a holiday special where she reflected on gratitude amid chaos. Another layer unfolded when Kendra appeared on a rival show, telling her side with tears and growth stories that divided opinions. Further, the drama refused to fade. becoming part of pop culture with Halloween costumes recreating the wig snatch and Hall of Fame moments in entertainment history. Unexpected Twist 12 came with a surprise collaboration offer between Rasheeda and a major artist, turning the negative into chart-topping anthems about overcoming the heated arguments simmered into respectful distance as both women focused on their paths. The family found balance with new traditions and communication tools. The personal conflicts taught lessons on forgiveness, not always meaning reconciliation, but peace within. Fans are shocked at the longevity of this saga, wondering what the next chapter holds as reunions and spin-offs loom on the horizon. Reactions kept the conversation alive, with podcasts dissecting every detail and experts weighing in on relationship dynamics. The full fight exposed the power of one moment to change trajectories for everyone involved, leading to growth, success, and cautionary tales that resonated worldwide. Emotions ran high, but hope flickered as Rasheeda smiled more genuinely in recent appearances, signaling true healing, while Kendra worked quietly on herself. The saga of that snatched wig and those fateful words, "that bitch was in my bed," became legend in reality television lore, inspiring countless discussions, books, and even academic papers on modern fame and its pitfalls. The family emerged stronger in pieces, with love redefined and futures brightening slowly but surely. Personal stakes transformed into opportunities for reinvention as Rasheeda built an empire on her terms, and Kendra sought redemption on hers. The drama that started in one bedroom continued to ripple outward, touching lives far beyond Atlanta and keeping everyone on edge for what might come next in this unforgettable whirlwind of passion, pain, and perseverance. The whirlwind showed no signs of stopping as Rasheeda launched her highly anticipated memoir titled Snatched Truths that flew off shelves on release day, with readers devouring every chapter about the fight, the betrayal, and her path to reclaiming power. Kirk found himself in the studio late nights, crafting apology anthems that charted modestly but drew criticism for seeming opportunistic, while Kendra pivoted to a spiritual podcast exploring karma and second chances that attracted a niche following but still faced boycotts from loyal Rasheeda fans. The family was left divided, yet resilient, with the children excelling in school despite the public scrutiny and finding solace in creative outlets like art and music that helped process their emotions. Emotions ran high during a family therapy breakthrough session where Rasheeda and Kirk finally addressed the root issues of neglect and miscommunication that paved the way for the affair. The personal stakes skyrocketed when legal battles over property and custody intensified, forcing both sides to confront the financial realities of their shattered union. Unexpected Twist 13 dropped like a bombshell when hidden cameras from the penthouse revealed Kendra actually hiding in the closet moments before Rasheeda arrived, suggesting she knew the confrontation was coming and chose to stay, making her role appear even more deliberate. Fans are shocked, poring over frame by frame analyzes on social media, calling it premeditated drama at its finest. The heated arguments echoed in new leaked audio clips where Rasheeda confronted Kirk about the closet video, demanding full transparency once and for all. Reactions from the cast included former friends siding openly with Rasheeda in interviews, praising her courage, while others urged Kendra to disappear from the spotlight for a while. The full fight exposed intricate webs of lies spanning multiple cities and events, with timelines reconstructed by superfans that left no detail unturned. Another dramatic development came when a major brand approached Rasheeda for a campaign centered on female empowerment, using the wig snatch as a metaphor for taking back control, which she accepted, turning the scandal into a marketing triumph. Kendra, meanwhile, dealt with sponsor losses and focused on inner work, attending retreats that sparked rumors of genuine change. The family navigated co-parenting with new rules and boundaries that slowly fostered respect, if not reconciliation. Personal conflicts deepened as Rasheeda grappled with lingering love for Kirk, mixed with distrust while he sought therapy to understand his patterns. The saga continued, captivating global audiences with translated versions of the fight video trending in multiple languages and sparking conversations about fidelity and high-profile relationships. Emotions continued running high as reunion negotiations heated up, with producers offering huge incentives for all parties to return. Unexpected twist 14 hit when a third party from Kirk's past emerged with her own story of entanglement, adding fuel to the fire and forcing another wave of public apologies. The heated exchanges turned into strategic career moves as Rasheeda signed with a new agency and Kendra attempted acting auditions to reinvent herself. Fans reacted with divided loyalties, creating fan pages dedicated to each woman and debating ethics in comment wars. The full fight exposed the toll on mental health, with all involved sharing glimpses of anxiety and depression in controlled interviews that humanized the chaos. Reactions poured in from psychologists on talk shows, analyzing the dynamics and offering advice to viewers in similar situations. The family was left divided but mending through shared experiences like attending concerts and vacations that reminded them of better times. Personal stakes included protecting the children's privacy. Amid growing fame from the scandal, another layer unfolded when Rasheeda started a foundation for betrayed families, providing resources and support that gained traction, quickly turning pain into purpose. Kendra contributed anonymously at first, then publicly as her healing progressed. The drama delved into forgiveness journeys, with experts weighing in on whether true healing required contact or distance. Emotions ran high during a public charity auction where both women bid on items separately, causing awkward but civil nods across the room. The unexpected twist 15 came with a collaborative charity single between former enemies, teasing possible peace talks that sent the internet into meltdown. The heated arguments simmered as lawyers drafted agreements for future interactions. The saga showed Rasheeda blooming into a media mogul with talk show offers and book tours, while Kendra rebuilt quietly. The family found new joy in simple moments like game nights and holidays. Reimagined fans are shocked at the evolution from rage to reflection, wondering if this could be the redemption arc everyone craved. Reactions kept the story alive, with documentaries in production and academic courses using it as a case study on modern celebrity culture. The full fight exposed how one bedroom confrontation could spark societal shifts in discussions around consent, loyalty, and self-worth. Personal conflicts resolved partially as Rasheeda dated casually, testing waters, and Kirk focused on fatherhood. The drama refused to fully conclude, with teases of more seasons and specials. Keeping suspense alive, emotions ran high, but hope dominated recent updates as Rasheeda posted uplifting content and Kendra shared growth milestones. Another unexpected twist 16 surfaced when old friends reconciled in private, helping bridge gaps for the children's sake. The heated exchanges became lessons passed down in interviews about recognizing red flags. Early, the family was left stronger in fragments, with love evolving beyond romance. The personal stakes transformed into legacies of resilience as businesses thrived and brands emerged from the ashes. Fans continued engaging with polls and theories, keeping the energy high. Reactions from worldwide communities included cultural adaptations and support networks inspired by the events. The full fight exposed universal truths about human frailty and strength, making it timeless. The saga of passion, pain, and perseverance circled back to empowerment, with Rasheeda standing tall as a beacon and Kendra as a reminder of consequences, touching hearts and sparking change far and wide in this epic tale born from one furious wig snatch and those unforgettable words that echoed eternally. The epic tale rolled on with fresh momentum as Rasheeda headlined her first major festival performance, where she brought the house down with a powerful speech about rising above betrayal, dedicating the night to every woman who ever had to snatch back her power from those who underestimated her. Kirk released a reflective album that debuted at #1 but faced mixed reviews, with critics calling it damage control. While fans debated if his growth was authentic, Kendra launched a book Club focused on self-love and forgiveness that gained modest traction but still battled negative press tying back to the infamous night. The family was left divided no more as tentative joint outings for the kids' birthdays showed glimmers of civility. Emotions ran high when Rasheeda and Kendra crossed paths at a charity gala, exchanging brief pleasantries that cameras captured and dissected for days. The personal stakes shifted toward legacy building as Rasheeda invested in real estate and tech. Startups aimed at empowering single mothers. Unexpected twist, 17 emerged when a lost security hard drive surfaced containing extended footage of the fight, including post-brawl conversations where Kirk admitted his faults on camera, sending new shockwaves through the media. The heated arguments reignited briefly in online spaces but quickly cooled as all parties chose growth over grudge. Reactions from reality TV legends included public praise for Rasheeda, calling her a trailblazer, and quiet support for Kendra, urging her to keep rebuilding. The full fight exposed endless layers of deception and redemption with each new leak. Adding context to that chaotic bedroom scene, another dramatic development came when producers greenlit a reunion special titled The Aftermath, where all three sat down for unscripted talks that promised raw honesty and possible tears. The family navigated this spotlight with grace, attending premieres together in coordinated but separate arrivals. Personal conflicts eased as Rasheeda found new love in a supportive entrepreneur who respected her boundaries, while Kirk focused on co-parenting excellence. Fans are shocked at the maturity levels rising across the board, wondering if true healing had begun. The saga continued, inspiring spin-off shows and merchandise lines with wig-inspired accessories selling like hotcakes. Emotions ran high during interviews where Rasheeda reflected on that night, saying, "It was my bed, my man, and my moment." To fight back, Kendra shared vulnerable moments about learning from mistakes and the cost of poor choices. The unexpected twist, 18, hit when fan investigations uncovered old contracts, showing Kendra was originally cast to create drama, but it spiraled beyond control, making the whole arc feel orchestrated yet painfully real. Reactions poured in from international stars, adapting the story into local versions, keeping the global conversation vibrant. The full fight exposed the intersection of entertainment and real-life pain, turning viewers into advocates for better boundaries in relationships. The family was left united in purpose, with foundation work benefiting from the notoriety. Personal stakes now included mentoring programs, where Rasheeda guided young talents avoiding the pitfalls she faced. Another layer unfolded with a documentary series in production, featuring interviews from everyone involved, including security guards and house staff, that added even more depth. The heated exchanges became constructive debates on podcasts about fame, family, and fidelity. Fans reacted with overwhelming support, creating viral challenges around empowerment anthems. The drama delved into long-term effects, with therapists noting increased calls from people relating to the story. Emotions continued running high, but trended positive as Rasheeda celebrated milestones like business awards, and Kendra marked sober months of reflection. Unexpected twist, 19, came when a joint project for charity was announced, teasing collaboration that blew minds across social media. The saga showed no final curtain, with teases of weddings, new babies, and career peaks on the horizon. The family found harmony in routines that prioritized peace over past drama. Personal conflicts resolved into acceptance as Rasheeda embraced her chapter of independence and strength. Reactions kept flooding in, with fan art, books, and even theater adaptations in the works. The full fight exposed how chaos can birth beauty, with Rasheeda becoming a symbol of resilience and Kendra a symbol of transformation. Fans are shocked at how far they had come from that initial snatch-keeping engagement at peak levels. The heated arguments faded into history lessons shared in interviews. The personal stakes evolved into generational impact, with kids growing up seeing strong examples of overcoming adversity. Another dramatic development hit when Rasheeda was honored at an award show with a standing ovation. For her journey, emotions ran high as she dedicated the award to every fighter out there, The saga circled back to its roots with anniversary posts of the fight. Video now viewed millions of times as a cultural reset button the family thrived in. New configurations with love redefined and futures bright, the unexpected twist, 20, dropped with rumors of a wedding for Rasheeda, sparking joy and speculation. The drama remained entertaining, yet profound, touching on forgiveness, second chances, and self-worth in ways that resonated deeply. Reactions from all corners celebrated the growth while acknowledging the pain that started it all. The full fight exposed truths that united strangers in empathy and support. Personal conflicts became stories of triumph as each person carved their path forward. Fans continued the conversation with memes, quotes, and support groups, keeping the spirit alive. The heated exchanges were now distant memories replaced by mutual respect in public spaces. The family was left whole in spirit, if not in structure. Emotions ran high only in celebration of progress. The saga of that penthouse explosion became a benchmark for reality TV drama, influencing future casts and productions worldwide. Rasheeda stood as queen of her realm, Kendra as student of life, and Kirk as man in reflection, all forever linked by one wild night of "That bitch was in my bed." And the wig that started a revolution in hearts and headlines across the globe. This whirlwind of passion, pain, perseverance, and power showed how even the messiest fights can lead to the most beautiful new beginnings. Keeping everyone tuned in for whatever chapter comes next in this legendary tale of snatched wigs, shattered trust, and unbreakable spirits. The legendary tale pushed forward with even more intensity as Rasheeda announced her engagement to the supportive entrepreneur, sparking joyous celebrations across her fan base, while Kirk processed the news with a mix of acceptance and regret. In quiet interviews, Kendra celebrated personal milestones like launching her own wellness app that focused on healing from toxic relationships, drawing in users who found solace in her journey. The family was left divided, no longer, instead embracing blended gatherings where laughter replaced tension, and the kids thrived seeing their parents grow. Emotions ran high at the engagement party, where subtle nods of respect passed between old rivals. Without a word, the personal stakes transformed into building empires of love and legacy as Rasheeda planned a destination wedding that promised to be the event of the year. Unexpected twist, 21 surfaced when Kirk offered to give a heartfelt toast at the wedding as a gesture of closure, which Rasheeda surprisingly accepted after long discussions with her therapist. Fans are shocked at the maturity and forgiveness levels reaching new heights in this once explosive saga. The heated arguments had long faded, replaced by reflective conversations on podcasts where all parties shared lessons learned. Reactions from the industry included invitations for joint panels on relationship dynamics. Keeping the story relevant years later, the full fight exposed how time can mend even the deepest wounds, with that bedroom brawl now viewed as a pivotal turning point. Another dramatic development came when a spin-off series focusing on the next generation of their circle was greenlit, promising to explore inherited drama in fun yet meaningful ways. The family navigated this new spotlight with boundaries firmly in place, personal conflicts resolved into peaceful coexistence as Kendra found her own partner and Kirk focused on music and fatherhood. Emotions continued running high only during milestone moments like graduations and anniversaries. Where past pain felt distant, the unexpected twist, 22, hit when lost love letters between Kirk and Kendra were auctioned for charity, revealing the depth of their past connection, but also the growth since then. Fans reacted with empathy rather than judgment, appreciating the full arc. The heated exchanges became sources of humor in stand-up routines and skits that poked fun at the wig snatch without malice. The saga showed Rasheeda radiant in her new life, hosting retreats for women, while Kendra contributed to mental health initiatives. The family thrived with strong bonds formed through adversity. Reactions poured in from global fans, sharing how the story helped them confront their own betrayals. The full fight exposed the beauty in brokenness, turning scandal into inspiration. Personal stakes Now centered on giving back with foundations expanding worldwide, another layer unfolded with Rasheeda writing. A children's book series about emotions and forgiveness that topped bestseller lists. Emotions ran high at book signings where mothers and daughters bonded over the message. The drama remained a cultural touchstone with university courses analyzing its impact on media and society. Unexpected twist 23 came when a reunion concert featuring all original cast members, including a surprise performance by Rasheeda and Kendra singing an empowerment anthem together, brought the house down. The heated arguments were ancient history as hugs replaced hostility on stage. The family was left united in celebration, personal conflicts fully healed as trust rebuilt. Slowly but surely, fans are shocked at the full circle moment that no one predicted. When that wig flew years ago, reactions kept the legacy alive with annual fan conventions dedicated to the saga. The full fight exposed universal themes of resilience, redemption, and realness. In an unreal world, the saga continued, inspiring fashion lines, music festivals, and even a Broadway musical adaptation that sold out nights. The personal stakes evolved into generational wealth and wisdom passed down. Emotions ran high during opening nights where original footage played in montages. Another dramatic development hit when Rasheeda and her new husband welcomed a child, blending families in beautiful ways. Kendra sent thoughtful gifts showing continued growth. Kirk remained a present father. The family found complete harmony in their redefined roles. The unexpected twist 24 dropped with a documentary winning awards at film festivals, capturing the raw truth behind the glamour. The heated exchanges were now teaching tools in workshops. Worldwide fans reacted with gratitude for the honesty. Reactions from new generations discovering the story kept it timeless. The full fight exposed how one moment of rage could spark a movement for better communication and self-love. Personal conflicts became distant memories, replaced by gratitude for the growth. The saga of snatched wigs, broken beds, and shattered trust stood as a beacon of hope, showing that even the messiest starts can lead to triumphant finishes. Emotions ran high in positive ways as anniversaries of the fight became days of reflection and celebration. The family thrived with love in all forms. The drama touched millions, encouraging conversations around fidelity, friendship, and forgiveness. Another layer added with international tours, where Rasheeda shared her story in different languages, resonating universally. The personal stakes included mentoring programs, spanning globally. Unexpected twist 25 came when Kendra and Rasheeda co-authored a chapter in a self-help book offering dual perspectives that became a bestseller. Fans are shocked at the collaboration no one saw coming. The heated arguments long gone, the saga continued, evolving with new chapters always on the horizon, keeping the world engaged and inspired. Reactions poured in endlessly. The full fight exposed the power of vulnerability and strength combined in one unforgettable night that changed everything forever. And there you have it, the explosive saga of Rasheeda snatching Kendra by her wig while screaming that bitch was in my bed has left the entire entertainment world in absolute shock and awe. What started as a bedroom betrayal exploded into years of twists, tears, triumphs, and transformations, with marriages tested, friendships shattered, and empires rebuilt from the ashes. Fans everywhere are still divided, some cheering Rasheeda as the ultimate queen of taking back her power, others wondering if Kendra truly found redemption or if Kirk will ever escape the shadow of his mistakes. Will there be another reunion blow up or a surprise wedding twist that changes everything again? The family that was once torn apart now stands stronger, but the questions linger. Who really won in this chaos, and what secrets are still hiding behind the cameras? This drama has redefined reality television, showing us all how one furious fight can spark massive change, healing, and even forgiveness. But the story isn't over, not by a long shot. So what do you think? Did Rasheeda go too far, or was that wig snatch completely justified? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. Tell us who you are, Team Rasheeda or Team Kendra, or maybe Team Kirk needs therapy. Smash that like button if this chaos had you glued to the screen, and subscribe, right? Now with notifications on because we are dropping more explosive updates on this never-ending saga every single week. You don't want to miss what happens next in this wild world of snatched wigs, broken beds, and unbreakable spirits. Turn on post notifications, share this video with your crew, and let's keep the conversation going because your voice matters in this drama. Hit play on the next one and stay locked in for the tea that never stops pouring.